This is your weekly IUP TV News Bulletin, broadcasted from the comfort of our homes. My name is Anaya Pinkney.
And my name's Liam Noble. Good news at IUP, Dr. David Honier from the English department has received a $20,000 grant from the National Science Foundation to study how COVID-19 is affecting undergraduate research. This study will focus on what COVID-19 means for the undergraduate research experience across the United States.
Spring and summer are generally the peak times to travel, and to ensure the safety of air travel for both staff and passengers, some airlines are requiring passengers to wear masks during check-in, while in departure lounges and on the plane. For international travel, some airlines, such as Dubai-based airline Emirates, have been carrying out COVID-19 blood tests on passengers at the airport prior to flights, while others provide new self-service kiosks to help identify travelers with medical conditions.
Since the spread of COVID-19, one essential business that has continued to be opened is pharmacies. Our reporter Ben Hunt visited one of the local pharmacies in Blairsville to find out how they have adapted to the pandemic.
With the COVID-19 pandemic in full force, the Blairsville pharmacy remains open with a few changes. Some of them include having large plexiglass panes in front of the registers. These are in place to prevent the droplets that come from sneezing, coughing, or talking from getting on the counter or employees. John Pastoric, the owner and pharmacist, discussed some of the challenges.
Like the extra deliveries we've had to make, takes a lot of extra time on a day-to-day basis to get the deliveries prepared. We've also incorporated a curbside pickup option for the pharmacy. That took a lot of planning and takes a lot of extra work versus the customers just coming in and coming right to the store. And just in general, trying to keep our employees and customers healthy, doing the temperature checks, doing disinfecting everything on an hourly basis, keeping everyone supplied with gloves, masks, stuff like that.
To limit direct access, the pharmacy has also introduced a curbside pickup service so customers can get their items without leaving their vehicles. Payment can be made with a card, check, or cash. The pharmacy also requires the employees to wear gloves as well as masks and to wipe down all surfaces every hour. With the safety of customers and employees in mind, the pharmacy has also roped off the general shopping areas so that customers are only able to access the main pharmacy area. Pam Hunt, an employee here, discussed how these changes has affected her work.
Phones are ringing probably 100% more than they used to because customers aren't coming in. We have to pick over the counters and ring the customers up, take everything out to their cars. It's just really added a lot to our workload here since the pandemic started.
With the COVID-19 pandemic affecting many different businesses, this pharmacy is an example of how some have adapted. This is Benjamin Hunt for IUP TV News.
Beginning last week, some states have started to lift the lockdown rules, with the possibility of a second wave. Governors have collaborated to be more ready when the threat of a second wave does resurface. Our reporter, Graham Drumgold, wants to remind you on this pandemic and how it started.
We want to remind you why staying at home and wearing masks is important. COVID-19 travels through the air on water molecules, which it can travel a distance of up to 6 feet. A recent study found that the distance could actually be 12 feet while running or jogging. Not only can this disease travel through the air, it can live on surfaces, some up to 3 days. Make sure you remain vigilant when leaving the house and stay up to date on information, since this disease can spread in its incubation period and by asymptomatic carriers. There is still a chance you or anyone you come in contact with could have it and not know. Follow your state and local authorities' advice, and we as a community will get through these troubling times.
The state of Pennsylvania has reopened. However, this does not include the Indiana area. Governor Wolf took a county-by-county approach for reopening the areas in PA. This is a similar approach to when he decided to close the state beginning April 1st. While some people continue to find creative and new ways to spend their time at home, others might find extreme difficulty dealing and coping with stress. Our reporter, Vinaya Mason, shared some tips on how to cope with it.
Fear and anxiety about disease can be overwhelming and cause strong emotions in adults and children. Here are some tips to cope with stress during COVID-19. Take breaks from watching, reading, or listening to news, including on social media. Hearing about the pandemic repeatedly can be upsetting. Another way to cope with stress is to take care of your body. Trying to eat healthy, well-balanced meals. Taking deep breaths, stretching, and meditating. Also, exercise regularly. And most importantly, get plenty of sleep. For more information on how to cope with stress during the COVID-19 pandemic, check out the Center for Disease Control and Prevention at cdc.gov.
Another way to cope with stress is through pet adoption. And due to the coronavirus pandemic, the adoption process has become way easier. People are now able to adopt pets through curbside adoption. Here's the story.
Here we have our breakfast kitties. These are 7-week-old kittens that we just got in a week ago, so they've been with us for a week. We are calling them the breakfast kitties because we named them English Muffin, Pita, Biscuit, and Bagel. And they're going to be ready for adoption in just a couple weeks.
Caring for animals may be something that you are accustomed to. On Earth Day, we want to see how local organizations take care of their animals.
A lot of our animals come in as strays, so that means dogs, cats, kittens just show up in a neighborhood, somebody finds them and brings them to us. Many of our other intakes are owner surrenders, and that means that for whatever reason the owner can't keep the animal and wants to find it a good home, so they bring it to us, and they know that we will keep it until we can find the proper home for it.
Here in Four-Footed Friends, there are at least 15 animals that are waiting to be adopted. The nonprofit organization was founded in 1982. Their goals are placing the animals with families and individuals, as well as providing assistance, rehabilitation, and socialization.
People move away and just leave their pets behind. So we have seen cats and dogs that were starving, that were injured and abandoned. Of course, animals that get hit by cars, that get attacked by another animal, and unfortunately a lot of abuse at the hands of humans. Some people are not very good pet advocates, and they do terrible things to some animals.
On average, 30 animals are adopted each month from Four-Footed Friends by community members. This organization does not allow students to adopt due to previous unfortunate experiences with abandonment. Fortunately, there are students in the area that are able to properly care for their pets. Meet Ace. He was adopted from an organization like Four-Footed Friends. The owner, Kirsten, is an active student in the journalism department, and she decided she would benefit from having an animal companion.
I decided to adopt a cat because rather than purchasing one from somebody, humane societies and the animal shelters, they make clear and evident, they make it cheaper for people to be able to spay and neuter their animals so that they don't reproduce and it doesn't lead to an overpopulation of cats, especially strays in this area.
Kirsten admits that taking care of a cat is challenging because she's busy with classes at the same time.
It is very difficult for me to be able to remember. I catch myself forgetting sometimes to feed him, so I have 2 bowls with food and water, 2 food bowls and 2 water dishes to be able to provide him so that he has food throughout the whole week in case I forget to fill it.
For some students, cats, dogs, or other pets are necessary companions. They will find a way to take care of them no matter how busy they are.
Owning a horse is super difficult, so that's why I have her at a boarding facility that takes care of her full time. I still have time to hang out with her for 3 times a week at least. I try to ride, but it's important to know, like, this is my sport, so I dedicate all my time to this, all my money to this. I treat it just like any other college athlete.
This Earth Day, care not just for the earth, but for every creature that lives on it too.
All animals are equally as important across the board, whether they live with you or they're out in the wildlife. We should be treating all animals with respect and dignity. They're living creatures, they're beautiful, they're intelligent, so we should treat all animals equally.
Reporting for IUP TV News, I'm Peyton Markajon.
Many universities across the country have conducted virtual commencements, bringing in A-list celebrities. Others have chosen not to hold commencement, but IUP will delay commencement until September 12th. This is certainly good news as it allows graduating students to meet their friends, professors, and share joy with family and friends.
As we end the spring semester, we'd like to say goodbye to our very beloved professor, Dr. Mary Beth Liebman, who is retiring in August after 38 years of service to IUP. During the award ceremony last week, the Department of Communications recognized Dr. Liebman by naming a new award in her honor. Student Allison Goodlin was the recipient of the very first Mary Beth Liebman Award for all of her creativity.
And don't forget about Mr. Rami Shaban, who is leaving for Utah State University for a new position. He's been helping us out with our graphics. Well, this is the last time we host this news program. How do you think this experience went?
It is honestly such a bittersweet moment to have this be the last recording. Honestly, I love this class in general. It's actually my favorite class I've been into this semester. I loved everyone who participated in the news program. I really loved anchoring for the second half of the semester. And so, despite it being on Zoom, I really feel like there's a lot of closeness with this class. And honestly, it's one that I'm never going to forget. I learned so much from it. And I'm really grateful that I got to anchor and be a part of this amazing news team. What about you, Anaya?
Yes, I agree with you 100%, Liam. I feel like this class really pulled through in a tough time, and we showed that we are capable to handle anything that anyone could throw at us. This Zoom newscast has been a success, and I'm so grateful that we got to host it and, be on this new experience and this new journey together.
Exactly. I couldn't agree more.
So as the weather is getting better, I'm pretty hopeful for better days and a better semester ahead. We just heard that there won't be any tuition increase next semester, so that's amazing news. But on behalf of our news team, we'd like to wish you a very wonderful summer. For those who plan to take summer classes and summer internship, we wish you good luck. That's all we have this week. My name is Anaya Pinckney.
And my name is Liam Noble. Don't forget to check our Instagram page and our new social media for new stories. Thank you all for your attention and support. We might continue to post news this summer or wait till the fall, whatever works, but we really appreciate all of your guys' support.